You should be careful of people pushing stocks. At best, it's honest analysis, presented for the benefit of the reader. At worst, they're trying to create demand that would push the share price up, creating the very gains they claim are coming. And somewhere in between, it's insidious confirmation bias. There's nothing quite like penning a "Why I Like This Company" article to convince yourself that yeah, right now, Amazon.com is a $600 billion company. Try as I might, I could move its share price if my life depended on it. Nor can I fully escape the clutches of confirmation bias. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter, tweet link. Amazon has grown through a relentless focus on the customer. Photo, Patrick Samuskin, to declare my hand right up front, I own shares. I think you should, too. When it launched, Amazon held itself out as Earth's biggest bookstore. Whether it was true at the outset or not, it quickly filled that promise. Then it branched out toys, shoes, electronics. It gained size, and grew sales, at a phenomenal rate. Related articles are banks rediscovering the value of customer loyalty, house bubble, hard landing. Stop listening to the pundits. In the most recent quarter, Amazon, after 2 decades of breakneck growth, grew sales by another 25% or $48 billion, yes, with a B, in dollar terms. For context, Woolworths, Australia's largest grocer, sold $59 billion worth of products in the whole of 2016. That means Amazon's growth alone is approaching Woolworths' total sales. I can't overstate how impressive that rate of growth is. It's also accelerating, since Amazon's sales growth was $10 billion higher than the previous year. But what makes Amazon's march so impressive, and potentially unstoppable, is not what it has done, but how it has done it, through a relentless focus on the customer. That shall be remarkable. It's a retailer, after all, but it is. By convincing investors to let it run at essentially break even, Amazon has been able to reinvest the proceeds of those sales into more categories, more countries, and yes, lower prices. Advertisement Titan requests code ISHO I'll add push, at spot -300 extension 250, pose 3. The most stark example of that focus is the rise of its ebook reader, the Kindle. Almost every other company on the planet, when faced with something that could disrupt its business, does one of two things: buries its head in the sand, pretending there's not a problem, or circles the wagons, getting ready to fight for its turf. Think Kodak, as digital cameras were on the rise. You will now receive updates from Money Newsletter. Money Newsletter, get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email, you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy. Amazon, faced with ebooks, did the opposite. It set up a satellite office and staffed it with people who were effectively told to disrupt, and potentially destroy, Amazon's lifeblood, its book business. Later, using its scale and heft, Amazon introduced free 2-day shipping for members of its then new Prime program. It learned the value of membership from Costco, among others, and took to it with gusto, later adding a free video streaming service for those members. It sold spare computing power to companies,